Recent news about Matthew Stafford's contract situation with the Los Angeles Rams has sparked a lot of interest, especially from the Las Vegas Raiders. NFL insider Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated shared that the Raiders are one of several teams looking at Stafford as a potential quarterback. In his latest column, he mentioned that teams like the New York Giants, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Raiders are all in the mix. This shows that the Raiders are seriously considering bringing in Stafford as they work to improve their quarterback situation for the 2025 NFL season. At 37 years old, Stafford is entering the last 2 years of a 4-year, $160 million contract he signed with the Rams in 2022 after helping them win a Super Bowl. However, the way his contract is set up has caused some issues with the Rams front office. In 2024, Stafford's contract was adjusted to guarantee him $23.5 million in salary, along with a $12.5 million signing bonus and a $4 million roster bonus. This arrangement is like a one-year deal worth $40 million. For the 2025 and 2026 seasons, though, he only has a $4 million guarantee left, which is a big concern for both Stafford and the Rams. Because of this uncertainty, Stafford and his agent are looking for a new deal. The Rams have allowed them to talk to other teams to see what Stafford's market value is. Recent reports suggest that Stafford is aiming for a new contract with an annual salary of over $50 million. This figure has been mentioned by NFL insider Peter Schrager, who highlighted Stafford's wish for a significant pay raise. The Rams are open to either extending Stafford's contract or trading him, depending on how negotiations go. However, if they do decide to trade him, they are likely to ask for a significant return, possibly a first-round pick. With all this in mind, things are getting interesting. Personally, I believe that bringing in a player like Matthew Stafford could be a great move. He's still a talented quarterback, and given the Raiders' need for a strong quarterback, he might just be the best option available among veteran players. With the latest news suggesting that the Rams are looking for a first-round pick for Matthew Stafford, the Raiders need to be cautious. They should be careful not to overpay for an aging quarterback, especially when it comes to giving up valuable draft picks. If the Rams truly want a first-round pick for Stafford, I believe the Raiders should walk away from the deal. The Raiders are not in a position to sacrifice such high draft capital. If the Rams don't want to keep Stafford, that's their choice. A team like the Raiders could step in, renegotiate his contract, and ensure he gets paid. In this scenario, the Raiders would be helping the Rams by taking that contract off their hands, allowing Los Angeles to explore other options at quarterback without being tied to Stafford long-term. If the Rams manage to get a first-round pick from the Raiders, it would feel like they're pulling a fast one. The Raiders have a valuable top 6 pick in the upcoming NFL draft, and they would also need to pay Stafford over $50 million a year, plus any guaranteed money he demands. This is a crucial factor because Stafford is likely looking for a contract that includes significant guaranteed money for his final 2 seasons. Now, regarding the reports that Stafford is seeking around $50 million per season, it does sound like a hefty amount. However, we need to consider that the NFL salary cap has recently increased. When we look at the contracts of other starting quarterbacks in the league, Stafford's asking price aligns with the current market value. For example, Dak Prescott is earning $60 million, and many other quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and Jordan Love are all in the $55 million range. Even players like Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts are all making over $50 million. This shows that Stafford's request is not out of line with what other top quarterbacks are earning in the league. Several quarterbacks in the league are earning over $50 million per season, And Matthew Stafford definitely falls into that category. For a quarterback of his talent, I think that salary is fair. While he is getting older, a 2-year investment in him could be worthwhile. He is arguably the best veteran quarterback available right now. And if the Raiders want to compete quickly, he might be their best option. If the Raiders believe in their current roster and feel that a strong quarterback could make a big difference, they should definitely consider Stafford. He has Hall of Fame talent and knows what it takes to win a Super Bowl. Last season, he led the Rams to the NFC West title and had a solid playoff run. He even threw for over 300 yards against the Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, in tough, snowy conditions. If it weren't for the weather that day, the Rams might have pulled off an upset. Despite his skills, the Raiders have many needs to address right now. They might not be in a position to pay him a large salary while also giving up a high draft pick, especially something close to a first-rounder. That's where caution is needed. Personally, I believe the most the Raiders should offer for Stafford is a third-round pick. They could then take care of his contract, paying him around $50 to $55 million per season, with maybe $50 million guaranteed. I can definitely see why the Raiders would consider taking a chance on a player like Stafford. If they do bring him in, it doesn't mean they can't still draft a quarterback. In fact, having a veteran like Stafford would allow them to draft a young quarterback and let him learn from the sidelines instead of throwing him into the game right away. However, the Raiders' offensive line is still a concern for next season unless they make some improvements through free agency and the draft. If they decide to go for Stafford, who is an aging pocket passer, they will need to strengthen the offensive line to protect him. Right now, the situation is still uncertain. Stafford hasn't asked for a trade yet, and many analysts believe he will remain with the Los Angeles Rams. But if contract negotiations don't go well, that could open the door for the Raiders to make a move and offer a draft pick. Still, I believe they should be cautious and avoid giving up a first-round pick or taking on a hefty contract for an older quarterback. In other news, the Raiders have re-signed safety Isaiah Palomalu to a 2-year extension worth about $8.5 million, which is roughly $4 million per season. I think this is a smart move. He's a versatile and young defensive back, and this contract is affordable. He will provide solid depth in the secondary. This might also mean that an older veteran safety like Marcus Epps could be on his way out, but we'll have to wait and see. Raider Nation, this is an interesting development. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Would you want Matthew Stafford on the team, and how much would you be willing to give up in draft picks? What do you think is the maximum the Raiders should offer the Rams in this situation? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to the channel and enjoy Raider-related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.